day three, here we go. I am super duper excited. Yesterday we talked about the sweet stuff for quinoa. And that kind of stuff, I love it because it's what my kids really enjoy. But today it's all about my love for quinoa, because now we're going to talk about the savory stuff. Before we get going, I also want to say this episode in particular is a super shout out to all of my ladies, all of the mamas like me that are going, focused on feeding and nourishing and taking care of everybody else, that so often we forget that we need to nourish ourselves. And that's why today I'm super excited to share these recipes with you. This is how I eat every single day. It is filling, it is nourishing, it is so super quick. You're going to be stunned at the end of this video. But the beauty too is everything that we are going to learn about adding to quinoa today. These meals are so easy to digest that when you eat them, you're just going to feel super. You're going to feel like you can keep going and keep serving and keep doing what we do. So I'm super excited that we're back. And today I want to start just by showing you what we got on the counter, and then we'll go into actually making what's going to go into the bowls. Okay, so I want to show you all the ingredients, like I said, that we're going to put into these bowls. But before we do that, I want you to take note of one simple thing. That the key to eating healthy, and this is truly a tip that I hope you take away from this video in particular, the key to making healthier choices in our day is truly being prepared. We've got to have the right things on hand, and we've got to have them on hand when we want them. So if I am on the go and running through my day, and then I decide it's time to eat, if I didn't have my quinoa made, for example, I probably wouldn't be even trying to make any of this stuff. But it's the fact that I have prepared my quinoa and then I have all of the fresh, accessible things available that we're going to be able to do what we do. So I hope you take that tip away. Preparation and intention in our eating is super duper key. Okay, so today we're going to make two dishes. One is going to be with roasted veggies, and then one is going to be with all fresh veggies that are straight out of the fridge. We're not going to do any sort of warming today on our quinoa. These are super bowls that I actually prefer to eat cold. It makes them easier to grab and go if I'm not having to cook anything up. So let's start here. In the roasted veggies, we have cauliflower, we have asparagus, and we have mixed peppers. You will see that in my quinoa, I will not be adding any sort of lettuce or celery or carrots or the typical types of veggies. That's the beauty of using quinoa in my mind, is it does make you want to go a little crazy and use things that probably you would normally never use. This blend of veggies is just exceptional together. Sometimes I'll also throw mushrooms in there. I didn't happen to have any in my fridge tonight, but this is going to be the perfect trio. Now, the fresh stuff we're going to use fresh spinach, cherry tomatoes, red onion, and this is fresh avocado. And yes, I fully believe that we need to be eating fatty avocados, absolutely. Avocados are made by our Creator, and they are meant to go into our bodies, and I love avocados, so we just have to have avocado in there. And then for our protein sources, in addition to our quinoa, we're going to do some roasted chicken, and we're also going to do some fried eggs, of all things. All right, girlies, so here we go. Let's start with the fresh version. This is truly, again, I love them both, but this is the one I tend to make the most just because it's all cold out of the fridge, super easy to do, and I don't have to roast my veggies first. So let's start. The way I always start is I just throw my spinach right into a bowl, just like that. So I buy that big, huge, at our Costco we have the big, huge, pre-washed organic spinach. That's what I buy, and that's what I use. I literally eat probably this much spinach every single day. So that's what I use to go in there. And then on top of that spinach, I'm going to grab half a cup of my quinoa, just like this, right there, cold, right out of the bowl. Then on top of that, I'm going to add some cherry tomatoes, some red onion. And the thing is I'm showing you it's all about preparation. You can actually keep red onion diced in your fridge and just, shake it out of your container when you need it. Cherry tomatoes, they sit on your counter and you just dice up what you need when you need it. Avocado, same thing. You're just cutting it in half. I mean, that's minutes, not even seconds to trim something up. Look at that, fresh avocado. Isn't that gorgeous? Talk about eating all of your colors in a bowl. Now on top of that, I've already preheated my pan. This is where, of all things, I love eggs, me personally. So I love to find new ways to eat my eggs instead of having to always eat hard-boiled eggs or scrambled eggs. And this is a salad for me where I will fry my eggs. After I prep my salad, it'll take you, what, 2 minutes to fry this up? Okay, so my egg's almost done. It's been in there about a minute. We've already made up our salad. So let me show you a little bit more that I do on there. Before I throw my egg in, I'm going to put just a dash of salt. I'm going to do a dash of pepper. I love spicy. Again, island girl, everything needs to be spicy, just like everything needs to have coconut. Here's a little bit of cayenne. If you had crushed red pepper, I'd throw that in there too. I do like, just because the quinoa is dry, I will toss just a tiny bit of olive oil in there, just like that. And now here comes my egg. There it is, right on top. Look at that. It's absolutely delicious, and so I really hope you'll try that one. Now the second salad is where I'm going to incorporate my roasted veggies, and I'm going to use for my additional protein source and just the extra flavor, of course, is some roasted chicken. Now this one starts out with the quinoa. So again, half a cup is what I'll typically eat in a serving for myself. There you go. To that, I will add some of my roasted cauliflower. And you should know, by the way, I do roast all of my veggies myself. I will take the fresh vegetable, I break it up, I put it into my roasting pan, I do it on convect roast, and to that, I just barely douse a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. That is all I put into these roasted veggies, so that's what you're seeing. So I have my cauliflower, I have my asparagus, and, ooh, my peppers. My family will eat these peppers straight out of the pan when they come out of the oven, so love to have them. So there you have that, okay? There are our veggies. Then, I love rotisserie chickens, and I love just digging right on in. So I literally will just use my fingers and I tear apart exactly what I'm going to want in my salad. There you go. Okay, so you got some chicken in there. I bet you tofu would be awesome. I've never done it, but tofu, if you're a tofu person, and I love tofu, this would be a great place to add it in, especially if you fried it up first. Oh my gosh, that would just be amazing. I always do, again, I'll do a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I will do a little tiny bit of olive oil, not too much, just because there was olive oil in the veggies, just a tiny bit. What I do add to this chicken, though, is a fresh squeeze of lemon. And here's a little trick. My husband laughs at me sometimes when he sees me do this, but my great-grandma, my little Guamanian grandma, squeezed lemons every single day when I was growing up because we had a lemon tree, and she literally would just open her hand and squeeze the seeds right into her hand, and that's how she caught the seeds. So anyway, that's my little strainer trick. So I squeeze a little bit of lemon in there, and then we mix it up. And look at this. Oh my goodness. I mean, how could you want anything else in the middle of your day, mamas? Eating this stuff, you'll even be hot, hot mamas that are ready to go. And there you go. My two favorite salads. Again, these are things that I eat regularly, probably 4 or 5 times a week. One of these two dishes are my meal. And so I really hope that today you'll take away 2 things, like I said. Number 1, preparation and intention is always key. If we are going to eat healthier and have healthier habits and train ourselves well, then we've got to make sure we have the right things on hand. The other thing I hope you take away is this. Everything that you have seen that has gone into these salads is what I like to call naked food. Naked food is food that has been untouched by any sort of processing or chemicals or anything else. It's just nice, clean food. And that's the beauty of eating this way, is when we are on the go and we are trying to serve our families and serve our kids, this is how we need to be nourished. It was the concept behind Smarty Bars when I launched that product in my company, that we don't need all the additives and all the extra sweeteners and things. We just need good, whole food to keep us going. So that's what these meals are supposed to be for you. good whole food to keep you going. So I hope you love these recipes. I hope you try them in your kitchen. And in addition to the stuff that I've shown you, I hope you get a little creative and you find your own way to make your super bowls in the middle of the day so that you too can have breadless lunches and just feel really good when you're out on the go. So thanks for joining me. Come back tomorrow. I think tomorrow we might work on maybe some snacks with quinoa. We'll see. I'll think about it tonight and I'll see you tomorrow.